Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Gerhard Rigo. I'm the guy who stands between a nice evening and yourself. So, well, I've got the honor to talk with you about BYOD, Bring Your Own Device, in terms of onboarding of Linux-based devices. So, the BYOD is a phenomenon we are facing more and more since almost, I would say, since about 1.5 years now, since some specific devices became more popular, and especially management people requested their networking guys, well, this is a nice device. I don't want to use this only for my private purposes. I would like also to use it for company purposes. So, and especially Aruba Networks as a company which is focused on the wireless Wi-Fi access needs to have answer for this, because the new devices have no Ethernet port, and therefore Wi-Fi is the premium, or is the only opportunity to get connected to a network. Just want to go a little bit into Aruba Networks, some ideas so that you know who's talking or for which company I'm talking here. Aruba Networks, the company is 10 years old now, so we were founded 10 years ago in 2002. And we started as a pure Wi-Fi networking company. So in times when Wi-Fi was more an optional access technology, and especially universities, research environments adopted this technology in the early days. In the meantime, or today, especially because of the 802.11n standard, the Wi-Fi became an alternative access technology, alternative to the classical LAN access. And therefore, today we changed our motto into people move, network must follow, because the mobility is what is in the center of what we are providing in terms of solutions. So therefore we designed, we invented an architecture which is called Aruba Move architecture, which is a mobile open virtual enterprise architecture, and which should ensure that people are not limited to a LAN port or to a Wi-Fi to get connected. So it should be independent for you where you try to connect to your corporate resources, and it should be also independent of which kind of devices you are using. So this is the Aruba Move architecture. Aruba has round about 1,300 employees on a worldwide basis. We have round about 300 in Europe. 10 of them are in Germany, from which we are covering also the Central Eastern European area. And we're working together with partners. We have a very strong way of linking with our partners, and our strongest partner in our territory is AeroAccess. AeroAccess is represented by Frank Seifert today, and we have the honor to provide the Wi-Fi here at this conference. And I hope that every one of you is satisfied with the quality of the access. Okay, so from the product perspective, we have our classical products, so the wireless LAN products, with a mobility controller, so which is the central brain of each Wi-Fi network is a controller. Either it is a dedicated controller or it is a functionality which is implemented in an access point. Then we have LAN switches which get provisioned in the same way like access points get provisioned, and we call them wired access points. This is especially because we have customers which have very specific security requirements. They asked us, isn't it possible to have the same level of security which we have in our Wi-Fi and the same way to deploy it in a switch? So, and that was, I think it was, I remember, I think it should have been SAP which asked us for that. They are using Aruba Wi-Fi on a worldwide basis, and that was the starting point to go with LAN switches. Then we have remote office solutions. That is for sure also partially it is Wi-Fi technology, and then we have the VPN technology using for that. The same we have as a dedicated physics, we have we called Wire client, which is a VPN client which we provide. And last but not least, we have the access management solution called ClearPass, and this is exactly what I would like to talk with you today. So BYOD, we had it on the first slide, bring your own device. That is the explanation like I found it on Wikipedia. So bring your own device is a concept where people use services on a device which is not owned by the service provider or by the employer, we can say as well. That is bring your own device. And I was also Googling for some further explanations of BYOD, and I found some very funny things. So for sure, bring your own device, or perhaps bring your own drink, or something people often use is bring your own disaster. That is especially coming from the network admins when we talk with them about enabling the employees or guests to bring their own devices. So, and eventually you have some on your side which I can add then, and yeah. Do you have some more? But perhaps in the end. Okay, so what is the reason to think about that? It's a massive growth of mobile devices. So it's in general the massive explosion of the number of devices, why we need to think more flexible, easier in getting devices managed and connected. Something which I found extremely impressive is the shift of a Windows-dominated world into some more balanced IT client world. So for sure we have the Androids and the iOS operating system here, and we have Windows and we have Linux. So the world is not just Windows, so the world is much more colorful. And for us, it's important when we talk about solutions to provide an open solution. So that is one of the main aspects we need to cover. So when we think about 2011, it was really more iOS devices which should get connected to a network. So it was more the demand. In 2012, the world looks different. So we're not just talking about iOS, we're not just talking about Android, we're really talking about providing an open approach of connecting guests and employees' clients' devices. The major concerns is really to address on one hand the high level of secure trust environment with company-owned, fully managed and fully controlled devices, and on the other side to tolerate that employees bring their devices. So that is exactly where we're standing in between, and the main point is operations. So we don't want to provide more load to the IT guys. So our approach is to make it easier, to have a high level of service in the registration process. So really to simplify the provisioning of the devices, to maintain the visibility, so to make the devices which get connected to the network, to make them really visible. And last but not least, to keep the high security level which Aruba provided for 10 years already. So these are the, I would say, the 3 major points which need to be addressed when an organization goes into an BYOD initiative. So really to make it a plan to provide this service, and not just instantly to provide device or to provide onboarding for employee-owned device just in just some certain situations. So really make a plan out of that. The approach is to have an open architecture, so any device, any user, and any location. Enforce really policies across a heterogeneous network, over Wi-Fi, over wired, up to VPN connection. So to make it really easy for users to get connected independent of which networking access technology they are using. Oops, oh, there should be. Device profiling, so to enable, so it's in terms of visibility, it's important to know, is this device employee-owned one? Is this iPad, which we also deploy from a corporate perspective, a corporate one, or is it a private one? So the profiling, really to exactly know which kind of device is used to get access to the corporate resources. Multi-point, that is, should be really independent of Wi-Fi technology, despite the fact that Aruba started with Wi-Fi. It's, oh, okay, thank you. It shouldn't matter. Secure and highly scalable, that is, it should enterprise-grade solution. The Aruba ClearPass access management solution consists of 4 major components, which is plus the ClearPass policy manager, which is the heart of the ClearPass solution. So ClearPass policy manager is a radio, it's a TACAX server, enterprise-grade radio server. Then we have the guest access management. We have the profiling of the devices. We have the onboarding, so the provisioning of the devices which should get connected. And we have the OnGuard for the posture checks, so for the health checks. Everything works in a circle of onboarding device, pushing the policies to the device, and then enforcing the policies. Quick Connect is is a service out of the cloud which combines all these aspects in one solution for organizations which are starting to roll out 802.1x and implement 802.1x into their access management for getting very fast rollout processes, for example, in universities or in large organizations which have high numbers of devices which need to be rolled out, and afterwards they have a normal, let me say, a normal continuous business, sorry. So it's a service out of the cloud. So company or the organization doesn't want to take care about an own infrastructure providing these services. So the way is you have either a web portal where the the employee connects to, or he has a distributed media, a CD, for example, to get the Quick Connect enrollment service. And the network admin has access to the server and has defined profiles for different clients. And the process then works in that way that the employee gets connected, he gets verified, and gets back the whole configuration. So all the network setups. Eventually, applications will be pushed for installation so that by the end of the process, the client is fully provisioned for network access to corporate resources. So simple as it is a self-service based approach which we have. So really to make enrolling easy. It's available for Windows, Linux, macOS, iOS, and Android platforms. And it reduces the impact on the IT people because they just define all the profiles, and then it's a self-provisioning service. The same we have on an in-house solution where we have the ClearPass policy manager in the house and not hosted like it is in the Quick Connect service, where the policies are in the policy manager, and the user gets with his client to the portal and gets in the same way the settings and gets provisioned, and gets the application which needs to be installed before he gets connected to the network. Some specific client is the guest. There we have a very nice solution which makes it easy again for the IT stuff. It's a solution which could be based on a sponsorship. That means when the guest comes to the registration site, he selects the person he is visiting, and this person gets a notification email which needs to be agreed on, and then the provisioning or the enrollment process gets further, and the guest gets a connection to the network. So that is something which is especially we see it very strongly in universities already, which makes it really easy to get connected. The OnGuard is a further module, so the ClearPass solution is based on the policy manager, and then you select which kind of module, and OnGuard is one of the modules, which is responsible for checking whether the personal firewall has the right release, and the antivirus patterns are on a current level. So and then depending on the result, the client stays in a kind of quarantine VLAN or gets connected to the network. Also, this should cover all operating systems. So we talk about Windows, we talk about Linux, and we talk about macOS operating systems. In terms of iOS devices, what we can do is we can use a specific service of iOS devices and do the network settings on the device, but we, as you for sure you know, we cannot push any application to the device, but we can do the network settings in terms, compliant with the policies of the organizations running the network. Yeah, and then policies needs to be rolled out. That is in a Wi-Fi network like we have it here. It's done by the controller, and as we have a multi-vendor solution, this is done by the policy manager, and it can be granular to what kind of device is the user using, which operating system, at which location, so it can be very granular at this site. These are some pictures which you are getting so that you exactly know which kind of devices get connected to the network, so that you have the visibility you need, or you need to have. And this is the level of accuracy we can reach, so the different aspects of profiling a device. And then, for sure, the policies get enforced, and this is fully standard-based, and it doesn't matter which kind of Wi-Fi or LAN infrastructure is behind that. So let's put together in a picture like this process works. So set up the connection device and fingerprinting, get the certificate, and then we know who is on the network, and then we talk about the applications, talk about application fingerprinting in terms of quality of service for specific applications, and then this scales. And this is some, for sure.
How do you do the initial handshake, like I am really me and I'm really allowed to have a connection? Because I could be anywhere, right?
So we usually do that on, so the question was how we can ensure that, that the one who gets access to the network and claims to be Mr. X or Mrs. Epsilon. So it's we can do it in many ways. So we can do it by password and ID. We can do it with furthermore with tokens. We can have multiple methods or we also combined to get the security that you are the one you are claiming to be in terms of getting access to the network. Yes, sir?
On the one slide, you had a list of what you should or can enforce for different clients, and I read virus scanner for Linux. Is this really a good idea, or is it really needed?
So what we are doing, this is a question, to be honest, I cannot answer if it is required. So what ClearPass is doing in terms of NAC is that we are checking against databases if the antivirus software on a device is current or not and needs to be updated, and then to put you in a certain quarantine, for example.
Sorry, we have to finish the
Yeah.
session.
But I'm here for a long, I guess, till the end of the day. So if you have any questions, I guess I'm outside of this room and can answer them. Okay, thank you very much.